All right, we are back with another author interview for Space Wizard Science Fantasy Year 4, Part 2. This time we're talking to CJ Hosack, so I'll let her introduce herself and talk about her book just a little bit.
Hi, I'm CJ Hosack. My book in this section of the campaign is the third book in the Bees of Bone trilogy. It's finally getting finished.
Yeah,
Exciting. And we're gonna find out how if Rin finds out who her
what's going to
family is and where she's from. And we'll see if Zoe can do something to fix his healing magic.
Yeah. So this one's actually the third in a series. We've put out two, I guess, about the same time each year for the past 3 years. So this will be the end of the series, tying it up. So if you've been watching these interviews, you know this campaign is all about series. We got 5 out of the 7 books are in series. So this is the only one that's actually a third book. And we do have a pledge level where you can get all the series. So if you do that, you'll get the Slayer's Magic and the Traveler's Magic, which are the first 2 books, and then this one, the Healer's Magic. So we'll try not to give away too many spoilers, but this one is the third book, so it's getting harder.
Yeah.
Um, and well, I guess one. Oof. Can we talk about the cover? Um,
I like the
let's.
cover.
Okay,
I'm excited.
we don't have the final yet. We'll post it as soon as we have
Mhm.
it. But as we have the preliminary thumbnail. Um, And I was going to say that so our new covers for the Slayer's Magic and Traveler's Magic all have the library on the cover. This one has another element. So can you talk a little bit about that without giving too many spoilers away?
Well, you mentioned when I came up with this idea that it has kind of been mentioned
Yeah.
throughout the series. So I'm very excited that the cover of book three is going to feature largely a dragon.
Yeah. So
I'm
we
very
need more
excited.
books with dragons. Um, so yeah,
Well, people love them, and
yes.
so we got to have that. But yes, there's been dragons throughout the series mentioned. There in ancient times there was a dragon.
Mhm.
And so we'll see why there's a dragon on the cover of book three. We'll find
Yeah.
out.
Well, okay, so without spoilers, let's talk a little bit about because you have a big mythology behind these books, and you have poems, and a lot, sort of a whole epic poem behind this, which mentions a dragon.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit about like where that came from, or how you came up with that sort of mythos behind this series?
Um, when I was looking for mythical creatures, I've always loved dragons myself. And I happened to be doing research, and I think it's the Slavic dragon. I'm not sure
Hmm.
that their mythology was like dragons came from another planet on meteors, and I was
Oh,
really
okay.
fascinated by that. I was like, ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so we ended up with dragons and a dragon slayer that come from a different planet, someplace else. We're not really sure. The people on my world don't really know where they came from exactly, but they're not from that world, and the magic that they bring is not not from that world either.
Yeah. That's really cool. And I think there's a crater mentioned. Um,
Hmm.
more in the second book, but I think it might have been mentioned in the first one too, or it's in the poem. But so there's this crater where there's this impact that the dragon and the dragon slayer came
Yeah,
down.
where they had their last battle and kind of destroyed everything in the process.
Yeah. So so yeah, and then I hope we're getting the rest of the poem in this book as well,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So yeah.
Monty has it finished. It's in Spanish. He is
Okay.
from Guatemala, and he's actually award-winning poet in Guatemala. And he's finished it in Spanish, but he hasn't finished translating it to English.
Okay. Which is a whole process. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
so I guess for viewers, if you haven't read the books, The first one, there's a big poem in the back. Well, actually, there's two, isn't there? There's the epic poem telling about the fight with the dragon, and then there's another poem that's sort of the, I guess, the sidekick sort of key
Yeah.
point of what happened. Um, and that is actually written by a poet, an award-winning poet. Um, and we have a little bit more of the full poem in the second book, and then the third book is going to have the entire poem.
The entire,
Um,
yeah, it'll be all there. I'm very excited because I asked the Honti for an epic poem, and he literally dived in and did research on how to do an epic poem.
yeah,
So it is exactly in that format, and it's great. He's fantastic. So
yeah, because
very excited to see the rest of it.
we were thinking we were going to have the whole poem for the first book, I think, and then he was like, "Well, no, I'm still
Yeah,
writing it."
yeah, yeah. It's not done yet. We had the first and I think the ending.
Yes,
Pieces. And
but not on
so,
the middle section.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's getting filled in as we go.
yeah.
So,
And there's some quotes in the first book that are from the poem as well, and sort of the chapter headers.
mhm.
So,
Yeah, yeah. The epigraphs contain part of the poem. Um, in book two, the epigraphs are actually letters or notes sent back and forth between some of the secondary characters,
mhm.
which are really fun. I don't know yet what the epigraphs are going to be for book
Oh,
three. I kind of
okay,
don't get the idea until it's done, and then
yeah.
it's, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah. I really liked both of those. The ones in the first book are really neat because it sort of shows the documentation of the library and where these notes are kept. And then the second one really has some interesting world building in it where you see the side characters and sort of what goes on and behind the scenes because the main characters are pretty young, so they don't
Hmm.
know all of the stuff that goes on in society.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some
it's
of my
interesting.
favorites are the arguments between the
Yeah.
adults
Yeah.
that actually.
It's going, they sort of know more what's going on. The kids are like, oh, they're doing their
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Yeah, I wanted to squeeze in some world building. That was one of the big feedbacks I got was some people really wanted more of the world building, and um, I just couldn't wrap my brain around how to squeeze it in without
yeah.
breaking the flow and narrative of the story. So you actually came up with the idea with for the epigraphs, and
Yeah.
I love it because a lot of people skip epigraphs; they don't
Mhm.
read them, and that's fine because all you're really getting in the epigraphs is more world building and a
Yeah.
deeper understanding of the world. And those people who really want that can get
Mhm.
it. If you don't, that's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I always read the epigraphs. I read the footnotes. I read the appendices. I'm that person. I have read The Lord of the Rings several times, and I do actually read through the appendices when I read The Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, that's me. Um, but I
Yeah,
think they do really add a lot to these books as well. So I'm very interested to see what we have for the third book's epigraphs.
me too. I don't know
Yeah.
yet. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the first book was quotes from books in the library, which
Mhm.
added to the world building, which was fun. And then yeah, the second was letters. So it was epigraph. It was epistolary, going back
Mhm.
and forth. And we'll see what book three will be. I don't
Yeah.
know. It just comes to me when I'm done. It's like, ooh, this will be good.
Well, cool. Well, I will be interested in seeing that as well as all of our readers. Um, so I guess this is the end of the series then. This is the last one. We're going to tie everything up, hopefully. Maybe.
Yes.
Uh,
For this part of the world,
yeah.
I'm hoping to write something. Actually, I'm doing a collaboration with my brother in a
Mhm.
different part of the world.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see a little different side of the magic,
Yeah.
and I'm
We
kind of excited about that.
we talked a little bit about that sort of
Yeah.
in the back channels, publishing
Uh-huh.
wise. So
Yeah.
so yeah, if you stick around for this campaign and future campaigns, we may have some more of this world. I guess, do you have a name for the world? What is it called?
I don't actually. I don't know. I never
All
came
right.
up with anything.
We'll have to think of something because then if we have more stories in this
Yeah.
world, we'll have to name the world and
Yeah.
so
Give
people
it a
can
name.
yeah
Yeah.
find out what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah.
too much. It's crossed my mind, but nothing's come into my brain what it should be.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we saw a little bit more of the world in the second book. So are we going to see more of that in the third book? Or is the third book more back to the one island that we were in the first book?
Um, we're gonna get to see more of the world. We're gonna get to see not the islands, but the peninsula
Oh,
in book three. We're
okay.
gonna go journey out towards that way. Ren's adopted father is staying out there in search of a
Something.
piece of history
Yeah.
that he's hoping will solve their problems, and we're gonna head that way.
Okay.
And so it's kind of questy.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it not exactly at the beginning, but towards the
Okay.
end, we get a little questy.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So one more question about this. So the first book was nice, sort of size, young adult kids book.
mhm,
Second one was a little bit longer. So is the
mhm.
third one longer, or is it how big? How long is this one?
I can't tell yet. I tend to underwrite
Okay.
my first drafts tend to be pretty slim, and then once I start fleshing it out,
Hmm.
it
It gets
grows.
bigger and bigger. Yeah.
I don't know. Right at the moment, it's sitting at 78,000, but that's a rough draft. That's a
Okay.
finished rough draft. So I anticipate it getting
Yeah.
bigger.
So
It might
I
come
think
in
the
a
second
little.
one was about 100, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was a
Uh,
little over 100. It was 105 or
yeah.
something. Can't remember.
Okay.
But I don't know. What's
We'll see what it looks like. So,
I think the
um,
ending needs a lot more right now because I wrote
mm,
it kind of in a little bit of a hurry, but
okay.
it'll get there.
Yeah. I guess for those who are watching, I have not seen this yet. So
Not
we'll
yet.
but it's coming to me soon. I have been promised. So I'll do the developmental edit on this. We'll pass back to CJ and then you'll get the final in March-ish next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I did have my reader feedback. She got very excited towards the end.
good. That's what we want to hear.
Like, yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, great. I hope that gave all our viewers a little taste of what's coming. So as I said before, we've got all the series this time. So there's a pledge level where you can get all the series that we have and all the books that are existing in the series. And when you do that, you'll actually get the entire Beads of Bone trilogy because this is the last one that's coming out. So that's a great thing to back. We also have pledge levels for like 1 and 3 books. So if you want to get a trilogy, you can pledge for 3 books and get the 3 books. Or you can get a subscription to everything that's coming out. So check out the campaign. Look at what's up. Back Space Wizard Year 4, Part 2. Any last tidbits or words of wisdom or anything to leave us with before we go?
Oh wow. Also, I'm in the second Lesbians in Space anthology too, so
Yes.
grab a copy of that as well.
Yes. And that
Um,
will be available in this campaign as well. So if you missed it, we just finished running a campaign in September, because I'm a masochist. So so those will be ready very soon. And yes, CJ has a story in Lesbians in Space, the Sapphic Strike Back.
yeah, and
Um,
it's got I'm excited because I used a company that I worked for. They do composite repair, and
oh
so
yeah.
I picked the engineer's brains and came up with extrapolated out into future composite repair. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
think it's
cool.
fun.
Yeah. So if you've seen her fantasy writing, this will be sci-fi writing, so you can get a taste of that. So yeah, pick up that book too. That's another, as I said, it's available in this campaign as well, so you can get a copy of that if you missed the September campaign. All right. Well, great to talk with you. And so everybody go check out the campaign. We start November 12th and we'll run into December. I hope you will back all these books, get some great series, and finish out the Beads of Bone.
Yay!
All right. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.